These Little Cup teams, they just get more and more creative. I mean, you don't even see Primate, but here we have a Mankey, and like, sure, let's just play the battle, because doubles, we've seen triples, we've seen singles, now we see doubles, and the Cottony is the only thing that makes sense here, because like, you can technically still subseed as a Cottony, as not a Whimsicott. It's useful. I don't even know what Shieldon's going to do, though. So let's go and watch this battle. So that's going to be Politoed setting up the Drizzle, and the opponent has a Pikachu as well. So Pikachu leads off with the Fake Out. It's a good supportive Pokemon, and that's just too much. Wait, what? How's Shieldon going faster than the Politoed with that Focus Energy? So it's going to be a Scald from the Politoed. Shieldon has Sturdy, right? So we'll survive on that Sturdy ability. Cottony got faked out, so we didn't get to see that turn go through. Shieldon's going to Protect, and Cottony is going to take advantage of that as well. So still has Prankster. Quick Attack from Pikachu. Cottony goes for the Tailwind, and now the Tailwind going to get some speed in there. So at least Cottony is doing something under that Prankster. Ice Beam from the Politoed. Getting the good mix-up right there, because like, alright, Quick Attack's going to finish, then you're just Cottony down, and then you're going to clean out the field, and then you don't have to worry about Protect as much. So Cottony's down, Tailwind is up, Mankey is in. So what can Mankey do? It can use Dig. Watch out, guys. This Mankey's using Dig under Tailwind, and Shieldon goes for the Earthquake. Isn't that going to hurt Mankey? Yeah. Oh. Oh! Oh, snap! Calculated. Wait, but what just happened? I was like, wait a second, he's going to get hit, and then the Focus Energy causes, then that means he could have like a Razor Claw for 100% critical hit on that Earthquake, so then Mankey's going to be safe from the turn, so it doesn't have to worry about getting hit, therefore its Focus Sash is still going to activate, Togepi is going to carry the Follow Me, which means Dig is going to go off, get the good damage down, and then we have Mankey going for the follow-up. I don't know if we're still going to have Tailwind at that point. As also we have a crit Kingdra, and then crits. Crits on crits. The Mankey getting that crit as well in off of the Dig, but it has max attack anyways. Scald from the Politoed because the Follow Me on the Togepi is going to work out, and then the opponent is going to go and send out the Klefki, and then Togepi. Alright, so we still have a turn of Tailwind left with this strategy. Togepi center of tension, Klefki with the Swagger, Prankster Swagger. Doesn't really bother Togepi too much. Togepi's doing it. I mean, imagine if that was Togetic or Togekiss. Mankey even has Reversal for the 1 hit point reverse sweep. That's a lot of damage. Oh my goodness. Okay. What? I'm still trying to figure this one out. But also, I imagine that even though Klefki is Fairy, it's also Steel. So neutral, +5, 200 base attack. Mankey Reversal, or +6, 200 base attack. Mankey Reversal, 4 times stab. Damage. Game. How? The creativity. That's how it works. You put that into the gat and then you win. Cause I just gotta watch it again. Like who thinks I'm gonna dig to keep myself safe, but then there's an attack that can hit me in the dig that I can also, yeah. This is, Pokemon has been around for so many years. We're going into 2 years without a Pokemon game, or our second year without a Pokemon game, 3 years in X and Y. This strategy technically exists like even years older. Doesn't matter, Tailwind happened, so Sacred Fire going to go and knock down the Cottony. And then Lucario is going for Swords Dance, which means Shieldon gets its strategy going, and it doesn't have to worry about as much. So let's watch it succeed. Like, the opponent doesn't know what to do. You're thinking, all right, I can make it happen. You know, there's Mankey. So Mankey's gonna dig. Why is Mankey so fast? That's what gets me. Mankey's just so fast. Oh wait, Tailwind, never mind. I get it now. Everything works. Because then, see, it's safe from the moves that the opponent's using, but it also gets its anger point off. And then, also, look at the damage on Lucario. The Earthquake actually did something, and then the close combat. But who cares? So, because Shieldon's going to survive in the Sturdy. And it also outsped because Tailwind. And you don't need any tankiness because you're a Little Cup Pokemon. You're going to die anyways. The opponent just has to be absolutely embarrassed off of this. So Lucario with the extreme speed. Shieldon does go down, but then Mankey's just going to bust out the dig into the Lucario. Lucario's done. Anger Point's a thing. If Mankey does have the Rock Slide, because you got to hit both opponents, especially when you're on that mad +6, you'll do a lot of damage. There's a chance to flinch, and then you still have other things. So Mankey's going to avoid the Sky Attack. A little bit of luck right there. Also really interesting that Ho-Oh is using the Sky Attack. Volcarona, oh no, the opponent has Volcarona. That would be the best time to show that Rock Slide. Because that would be absolutely nuts. Just way too much damage. Reversal, okay. So reversal into the Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh still goes down. It doesn't matter that's a not very effective hit. Done. And then Quiver Dance from the Volcarona. Togepi still got Follow Me, so it's going to survive, and then Volcarona gets to get knocked down by the reversal anyways, because that's how much damage it is. Tailwind's going to peter out. Milotic comes into play. And Togepi's going to Follow Me. So, again, if that was a tankier Pokemon, a different Follow Me Pokemon, the strategy would be even more effective. But no, that goes against how you play the Little Cup, because it's all about the embarrassment factor. Mankey's going to use Reversal again, and it's going to outspeed Milotic, and then Milotic is going to get just one shot right there, and then Togepi's still alive. So Follow Me, no matter what happens, Volcarona beats down Togepi, and then Mankey wins. There's Fiery Dance. Doesn't matter. Does not matter one bit. So, going back to the creates. Wow, Togepi survived a +2. What? That's the +2 Fiery Dance. How do you survive it? Mankey goes down to the Rocky Helmet. Wow. Okay, so this is actually going to be relevant because the last Fan Fridays talks about like win conditions and battle conditions and stuff, and because Togepi was able to survive the Fiery Dance, it's actually the only reason why we ended up winning. Like, say that was Rocky Helmet Volcarona and Togepi went down to the hit and then Mankey KOs itself off the Rocky Helmet. The opponent would have won, but because Togepi stayed alive, the Rocky Helmet didn't matter as much, and Togepi ended up winning the game after the Mankey. And I want to go back to the creativity because I was already talking about, like, Pokemon's been around for so long. How is this... Okay, first off, how is this not thought of? And second off, how could someone think of this? Like, that just shows how much comboing potential is in Pokemon. We have, you know, several... Actually, it doesn't even matter. We have Little Cup Pokemon. So 700 Pokemon that are usable. And normally when I make that number, I'm like, oh, 300, 400 competitively viable Pokemon. No, when Little Cups get thrown in, you just throw all the numbers out the window. We have 700 Pokemon that you can use on either side of the field, or for doubles. So we have 700, and then different moves, and items, and abilities, and synergies, and then this happens. Pokemon's a game of infinite potential. Even so late in its life cycle, weird stuff like this is finding success, and it's just going to get crazier with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to introduce its own combos, and then we're going to have to take a look way back into stuff like this, and then try to figure out what's going on, because, okay, we have Instructed now. We have Passimian's new ability. It could take 3 years to finally figure out everything that is capable of as well, and then someone's going to go and, like, dig or something. Like, there's that Dive combo where technically you have, like, Dive, Prankster, follow-up, copycat thing, or whatever. I don't even remember how it works. There's like a lot of weird stuff that you can do to keep yourself technically invulnerable. There was that unkillable Meowstic strategy where Meowstic got the Dark Void from the copycat as well, and then the rest of it was like super stall strategies to where you win through timing out your opponent, but you can play it legally because you just never get it hit. And I guess since it's become a trend, let's go and check out what happened in that battle. So I guess Mankey 2v2, 2v2. Jolly Nature versus Adamant is a tough call. Either way, we're outspeeding Milotic, so against tankier Pokemon that aren't putting any speed investment, normally Milotic doesn't want to have that, so that outspeed was indeed natural, and Mankey with a 70 base speed, not absolutely abysmal, but we're looking at that +6. Oh my goodness, just so much damage going to be pouring in for that Mankey, and I'll just leave a neutral nature or something, but with the reversal, we do damage. Because that is going to drop us down to 1%, thus giving us a mad boost of, like, double overkilling a Milotic or any kind of Pokemon like that. I want to see the Ho-Oh. The Ho-Oh would have been potentially more clutch. Wow, still enough if we're uber tank. So hit point investment, even with defense investment, so unless it's like 252, we are going to be able to always one-shot a Ho-Oh. And even if it is, we still have a very high chance of KOing. So that's the power of reversal and then craziness. And then remember, it was all off the anger point ability. So I don't think they have anger point really selectable because it doesn't have a direct outcome. But wow, that's Pokemon, guys. That's Pokemon. Fan Fridays has spiraled out of control, is all I have to say. We get little cups, we get all kinds of things, and then it's just going to get crazier. I can't wait for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, this is like a major revelation because Fan Fridays in the past was just cool battles and then some kind of like battle critique. But the community around Fan Fridays has become so creative and so determined to get a feature on Fan Fridays that we are just seeing some of the nuttiest stuff ever. And like every week of Fan Fridays recently has been amazing. Instead of getting like one super awesome battle every week for like the old Fan Fridays and then some cool battles, like it is non-stop unbelievable stuff that makes me speechless. But you guys enjoy the video. More Fan Fridays coming up next.